Om Shanti. Welcome to this meditation experience, this Power Boost meditation. My name is Judi, and our focus today is on masterpiece. And obviously, there's a little bit of a quirky spelling on that, not your usual spelling. So we use this term masterpiece usually around a work of art. Could be music, could be painting, could be dance that is so noteworthy. It usually stands the test of time. It's timeless, but such a powerful creation is usually how it's applied. In this case, the second part is replaced by PEACE. So really looking at, first off, mastering the art of peace. So being able to create that experience, being a master of peace, but also what emerges when there is that experience of peace, what beautiful creation comes out of peace. So we're going to explore all of that in 15 minutes. So this is going to be quite the full-on session. I invite you to be seated comfortably. If you want to experiment with eyes also comfortably open, feel free to do that. And maybe take a breath or two. It just helps us to be very present, maybe let go of the unnecessary. So taking a breath in, and then the magic is in the release of the air from the lungs. That slow release, exhale, helps to dissolve some tension in the body. And another breath in. And to go again, that slow release of air from the lungs. Feeling like it's slowing everything down. Even the racing that can happen in the mind. Letting the breath continue naturally on its own. I take my focus from the breath of the body upwards behind the forehead to the inner activity of my inner world, that powerful space of thoughts and feelings, ideas, dreams, perspectives, attitudes, very rich and sometimes very cluttered space. There can be a lot going on, and it seems all the time. But for my current focus, amidst all that activity in my inner world, I want to carve out a little space, reserve a little bit of my mind for creating something original and new. So I walk through the jungle of activity in my inner world and find a clearing, a little space of my mind, which I reserve, put aside, give myself permission to not fill with thoughts about roles or responsibilities, timelines or deadlines, actions or interactions. This is my little artist studio inside. And the feeling is that in this space, my mind is a bit of a blank canvas. Not that my mind is empty, but I feel very present. There is no pressure of time, as if the actor has stepped off the stage and I'm open to new ideas, different thoughts, very open. There's a lot of letting go in the artist's studio. And that letting go always creates the feeling of calm. All sorts of activity might be happening outside of the studio and the rest of my inner world, but here it's simple, quiet, no pressure, permission to let go just for the moment. And I see through my inner eye, in my studio inside, this blank canvas of the mind, like an ocean of calm before me. And in the surface of that blank canvas, covering that space of the mind, I apply a single color. Whatever color represents peace for me, letting go for me. Whatever color, it might be blue, it might be pink, it might be white. Whatever color feels calm to me. I cover the entire surface of this canvas in my mind and just experience the feeling from that color, the vibration, that calm. And then in the very center of the canvas, I've covered with that single color. In the very center, I place a tiny, tiny single jewel of sparkling light. Absolutely tiny, in the very center of that ocean of peace, covering the canvas of my mind. And just as the color seems living, vibrating with a feeling of peace, that single spark also seems living. The experience it is giving me is that that spark is me. This image is a self-portrait. I am that living spark of life in the very center, surrounded by only peace. Peace is all that's living in the mind, and I am this creative being in the center of that ocean of peace. Suddenly, something very unique begins to happen on the canvas of my mind. Radiating from that single spark, that jewel that is me, are different shapes of colors. Different colors and different shapes radiating from that center point begin to spread on the canvas of my mind. Each one representing a different quality, a different value, a different vibration. Blues and pinks and reds and yellows and purples and indigo. Any colors that capture those qualities that naturally radiate from me when I'm in a state of peace. It might be love, patience, joy, lightness, understanding, acceptance, so many possibilities, each one represented by a different color, a different shape, spreading over the canvas of my mind, creating a masterpiece, a profile of the inner beauty of the self. I am that living spark, constantly radiating so many qualities out into the world through my mind whenever I'm in that state of peace. From letting go, from peace, so many different qualities naturally emerge without effort. Letting go of expectations, letting go of fear, letting go of past regrets or future worries. So much space in my mind for peace when I let go. And out of that peace emerges a masterpiece. The beauty of the self naturally radiates from a center point of peace. I take a moment with my inner eye to observe and experience my creation in this studio within, looking at this profile of the self with so much respect, so much appreciation. This is me. Sometimes it might seem covered up, just as in olden days, masterpieces would be covered by false images to protect them. And they would take so much care to remove that false image, to reveal the authentic painting underneath. Similarly, patiently, with daily practice, I slowly remove the false image I sometimes present to the world, and this beautiful masterpiece, the authentic me, is naturally revealed. A living masterpiece. I even begin to see others this way. They might reveal the image at first, but underneath, I know there is a masterpiece, a beautiful spark of life. Out of their peace, their inner beauty emerges as well. Let me take time every once in a while during the day to go into this inner gallery and remember, experience the masterpiece of the self. Om Shanti. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you for revealing the masterpiece that is you. And we look forward to the next time that we get to connect.